Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really monumental shift happening right now in industrial safety. We're talking about how AI and cloud connectivity are completely transforming gas detection as we know it. We're finally moving away from those stressful, old-school reactive alarms and stepping into a highly predictive, proactive future. If you're a safety manager, this right here is your ultimate dilemma. How do you shift from just reacting to alarms going off to actually predicting and stopping leaks before they even happen across your entire site? Just picture a chaotic Tuesday at your plant. I mean, a massive industrial facility is basically a living, breathing entity, right? You've got miles of piping, countless valves, and workers constantly moving through really dynamic hazard zones. Relying solely on a localized siren going off after a leak has already started, that is just not the gold standard anymore. Because let's face it, you simply cannot be everywhere at once. So here is our roadmap for building a truly modern safety ecosystem. We'll be covering the safety manager's dilemma, 2 layers of protection, cloud-connected site analytics, AI and early warnings, the power of sensor fusion, and we'll wrap it up with proactive site-wide safety. Let's jump in. Starting off with Section 1, the safety manager's dilemma, where we really need to define the hazards we are up against. Our baseline battles generally fall into 4 main categories, exactly as outlined by industry standards like the MSA Gas Detection Handbook. First, we have to ensure worker safety against toxic leaks. Second, we absolutely have to prevent explosive conditions by monitoring lower explosive limits. Third, we've got to stop acid gas or oil leaks from causing environmental degradation. And finally, we have to catch process control malfunctions. It's actually kind of wild to think about, but a tiny process defect, like say a seal failing on a high-pressure line, can literally turn a routine operation into a massive explosive environment in just a matter of minutes. Moving right along to Section 2, 2 layers of protection, and how we balance our monitoring. To get this right, you really need fixed detectors standing guard over your unattended areas around the clock. But you have to combine that with portable monitors to protect your workers wherever the job actually takes them. Fixed systems monitor specific places, like a compressor room, a tank farm, or a chemical storage area, continuously and without any human intervention. Portable monitors, on the other hand, travel with the worker. They're worn right up in the breathing zone to measure the exact atmosphere that an individual is exposed to during something like a confined space entry or routine maintenance. The key takeaway here is that neither layer replaces the other. They are a team. Think about it. If a gas event happens in an unattended pump house at 2 a.m., it's the fixed system that automatically triggers the plant alarms, kicks on the exhaust fans, and shuts the automated valves. But if a technician is actively out there tracing an invisible leak to its source, they absolutely need a portable detector. A solid, well-designed safety solution treats both of these elements as interconnected parts of one unified program. All right, Section 3. Cloud-connected site analytics, and how we start centralizing all of this data. This is where things get really exciting. By utilizing cloud platforms like iNet, your detectors feed straight into a centralized software system. This gives you a live, site-wide analytical view instead of just relying on isolated blinking lights out in the field. It is genuinely amazing how connecting your portable monitors completely transforms your situational awareness. When devices like a Ventus Pro 5 or a Tango TX2 are connected, a safety manager sitting miles away offsite can see real-time analytics. If there's a sudden gas exposure or a man-down alarm, boom, it is instantly communicated. This cloud connection also drastically simplifies your program management because it automates the whole shebang, maintenance tracking and calibration gas replenishment for your entire fleet. Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, AI and early warnings. We are talking about literal, predictive superpowers here. Instead of just staring at raw, overwhelming dashboards, AI creates a real-time event detection pipeline that recognizes meaningful patterns. Imagine there is a super weak acoustic vibration on a pipeline. Older rule sets, they would just dismiss it as background noise. But through advanced pattern recognition, AI actually catches this subtle anomaly. It identifies a weak precursor in the gas or vibration traces, estimates exactly where that failing valve or seal is located, and alerts your maintenance team before a single drop of gas ever escapes. That is a total game changer. And you know that false alarm fatigue we all deal with? Advanced verification tech reduces that significantly, ensuring your team only responds to signals that truly deserve their attention. Unlike conventional lasers that might just use a single point of verification, enhanced laser diode spectroscopy, or ELDS, uses 4-point harmonic verification. It's essentially like checking an ID 4 different ways instead of just briefly glancing at the photo. AI intelligent filtering relies heavily on this clean, high-confidence data. to distinguish a true hazardous event from a harmless interferent gas. So when that alarm does ring, your responders know for a fact it is absolutely real. Next up is Section 5, the power of sensor fusion, where we combined all these different data sources. Think of sensor fusion as your plant's central nervous system. It combines sight, sound, and smell to confirm a threat before you trigger a major operational decision. This is a massive leap forward for us. Hazardous material detection is rarely reliable if it depends entirely on just one single modality. By actually fusing data, taking the gas readings from your fixed and portable monitors, overlaying them with current wind and weather patterns, checking thermal camera feeds, and analyzing process flow telemetry, AI builds an incredibly robust operating picture. It basically asks multiple, independent, weak signals to agree with one another. This practically eliminates ambiguity and provides an unprecedented level of situational awareness straight to your command center. And finally, Section 6, Proactive Site-Wide Safety, focusing on dynamic risk assessment. Ultimately, AI must translate all this complex sensor data into actionable knowledge that actually changes your site's risk profile. When a real emergency happens, that static paper hazard assessment you have sitting in a binder, yeah, that goes straight out the window. Dynamic risk assessment models update in real time. If a combustible gas cloud is detected, the system uses geospatial hazard mapping. It combines the leak data with local facility blueprints and live weather overlays to show your emergency crews exactly what the threat zone looks like right then and there. This allows for rapid, super safe evacuation route planning. On top of that, AI natural language processing turns past shift notes and near-miss reports into a continuous learning cycle, catching recurring failures before a major event ever strikes. Natural language processing, or NLP, is quietly one of the most powerful tools in this whole new safety arsenal. It rapidly scans through thousands of narrative incident reports, operator shift notes, and maintenance logs to extract causal features. So if there is a recurring, subtle failure happening across completely different parts of your facility, the AI clusters those near misses together. It literally turns forgotten paperwork into a live, searchable web of prevention knowledge, allowing you to fix structural vulnerabilities before they trigger a reportable incident. So, with cloud integration and AI sensor fusion rapidly maturing, the big question is, will your safety ecosystem just keep reacting to the next alarm, or are you going to predict and prevent it entirely? By layering continuous detection with cloud-connected monitors and AI sensor fusion, safety managers can finally go on the offensive. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.